Uncovering the secrets and exposing the lies. That's what readers of freedomsphoenix.com get every day. Readers of freedomsphoenix.com are constantly provided the information that detail the real news between the lines of propaganda about government policies and the true relationship we all have with coercive governments. Learn the true condition of our economy, innovations and technological breakthroughs in energy, health, computer science, and space travel. Learn the truth well before it's admitted to in the lamestream media, the media that is so last century. Corporate media has evolved into nothing more than distributors of government propaganda, but we now have a fantastic alternative. FreedomsPhoenix.com provides constant news updates on the issues that affect our lives in the most important ways. Our liberty and our property are under constant attack, and FreedomsPhoenix.com provides the understanding behind the propaganda while encouraging the participation of our readers. Join us at FreedomsPhoenix.com. That's freedoms with an S, Phoenix.com. FreedomsPhoenix.com, where the revolution between the ears has already matured.
Freedom's the answer. What's the question? You're listening to Ernest Hancock.
Don't stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball. Don't stop me now. If you want to have a good time, just give me a call.
Hey, welcome back to Declare Your Independence with me, Ernest Hancock. I had a piece on Gerald Celente. He's on Fox News, and I wanted to watch it with you. And we'll just go ahead and get right to that now because I think this might dovetail into some of the other stuff I wanted to talk about. So here we go.
Well, trampling on civil liberties may be something to get used to in 2011. It's just one of the things our next guest says we'll need to watch for in the coming year. The founder of the Trends Research Institute, Gerald Celente, joins us now to talk about some of the top trends of 2011. Gerald, nice to see you this morning.
Hey, Happy New Year.
All right, so as I'm going over the list here, we saw quite a bit of talk this year about gold. Gold prices, the value of gold. You predict a gold rush in 2011, more so than we saw in 2010?
That's right. You know, we began the gold bull run in 2001 when we identified it in the Trends Journal, and now we're saying gold 2000 is not far behind. The dollar keeps losing value. Commodity prices keep going up. One of the reasons, supply and demand. The other one is the devaluation of the dollar and all of the problems going on in Europe with the economic monetary union. People are going to be looking for safe havens from China to India, throughout Europe and around the world. Gold will shine.
Gold will shine, you say, around $2,000 an ounce. The question, though, when I hear these types of things, it reminds me a little bit of like the tech boom. Is there going to be a bursting bubble with gold and people are going to be really upset that they invested in it?
At some point, but not long term. You look at the rise in gold. It's been a steady trajectory up. It's gone up 500% since 2001.
War on freedom, you say, is coming in 2011.
Look, we just saw our Homeland Security czarist telling the people at Walmart and people that shop there to go rat out anybody that they think is suspicious. We're seeing now Predator drones without the bombs in them circling over Miami-Dade County, looking in your windows to see who's safe and who's not. We're seeing the same thing happening in Houston, and we're going to see more and more taking away of our civil liberties at every level. The war on terror will continue. We expect more terror strikes as well.
And perhaps more terror strikes in cyberspace. Cyber wars is another one of your big predictions.
I'll tell you, anybody wanting to look for a good entrepreneurial opportunity and education advancement and money for the rest of their life become a cyber sleuth. We saw what happened this year with the Stuxnet in Iran, breaking down their nuclear systems. Cyber war is going to be waged by government, and cyber crime is going to run rampant, and there's no stopping it. For every new system they put to prevent it, a new one is born to overrun it.
Crime waves. Crime waves is next. Tell us about this.
Hey, you know, I'm a Bronx guy by birth. When people lose everything and have nothing left to lose, they lose it. And people are losing their jobs. They don't have any money. They're losing their homes. They're desperate, stressed out. They're going to be doing anything they can. And crime has become institutionalized. From Wall Street down to the welfare mom ripping it off, crime is going to be big business.
Finally, we'll end on mystery trend.
The mystery trend.
What is this?
Know the hand that feeds you. In one word, we call it bevissimo. It's going to be a new high quality of food. Again, current events form future trends. Remember they recalled 500 million eggs from that Auschwitz farm place out there, that chicken coop concentration camp? People are going to be going more and more into quality foods. The butcher, the baker, the artisan cheese maker, 25% of the population is going to quality.
Grass-fed organic stuff. All right, Gerald Salenti, founder of the Trends Research Institute. Here's hoping to a good 2011. Thanks, Gerald.
Thank you.
Well, between high
Wow. This is, the kind of things that, what kind of trends are we following here on Freedom's Phoenix? What do we look for? Communication, transportation, and energy. Now, all of those have a lot to do with everything, including food and all that kind of stuff. But, when I'm sitting there and I'm going, I need to just go and, get optimistic about the future. I need to see what humanity has produced. I need to see where we're going. What's the trend? The trend is always more empowerment of individuals. It is always more ability for us to communicate with individuals on a much wider format, the ability for us to travel around the world much more quickly and inexpensively. It's the ability for us to be able to sustain our standard of living with energy more autonomous and more autonomous and more autonomous from the grid. This is what's going to be happening. Energy is going to be a big thing. Now, we track a lot of this here, and let me see if I got one right up here. We'll just go ahead and go through a lot of this because I have so much up here. But this one here, it talks about the Chevy Volt battery capacity could double. GM has tipped its hand about the type of battery materials it aims to use in the next generation of the Chevy Volt and other battery-powered cars. It has licensed battery electrode materials developed at Argonne National Laboratory, a U.S. Department of Energy lab, which means, we get it last. I'm sure they already got it. These materials, called mixed metal oxides, could improve the safety and durability of car batteries and help double their energy storage capacity, potentially leading to blah, blah, blah. What happens is when you see something coming out of the U.S. Department of anything, it's because they already have another technology that's starting to rear its head and coming out that they're trying to squash. I'll give you an example. The ultracapacitor batteries. These are, they charge right away and dissipate at the rate you need and want, and then you charge them again. You keep doing it over and Well, as soon as this starts happening, I know what's going to happen. Here comes the government, here comes DARPA, here comes the Department of Energy, here comes with some kind of competing whatever. We're going to keep that. Oh, heck no, that's not going to make any money. It's just like when you have the oil subsidies for petroleum. Subsidy, subsidy, subsidy. What do you hear from solar and wind? We want our subsidy too. It's just like in my first hour of the left, there's a proper role for governments to balance out the subsidies. Stop subsidizing. If you let oil go to what its real value was, then all of a sudden everything else becomes, viable. When you look at the price of a barrel of oil, is it really 90 whatever dollars it is now? 100? No. You're not including all of the veterans' benefits, all of the military-industrial complex, all of the resources we have to put in to go get cheap oil or maintain the supply. If we're going to buy it, whoever has it is going to sell it. There has never been a shortage of oil. I doubt there ever will be. Now, they'll market it, but the thing is, you're willing to pay it, guess what? They got it, or they go find more. And if it's too much, you'll go to something else. You think the bad guys don't know that? The movie with Keanu Reeves and Morgan Freeman called what was it? Fusion or Cold Fusion or I can't remember what it was. It was about energy. Okay, them coming up with a way to make unlimited resources, energy really cheap, and oh heck no. In the end of the movie, they blew it up. Why? Because our society is not based on this. We can't have this. Heck, that's my position to make sure this never happens. Mr. CIA Uber, what's his name, Morgan Freeman character. So what did the Keanu Reeves character do? He just downloaded it to the internet for everybody to have. There it is. You guys go make it yourself. WikiLeaks. That's why we have yesterday reported that they were saying out of the White House, they're going, whistleblowers are the biggest national defense threat we have. Why? Because they don't get to control us. And the more as individuals that we are able to make ourselves autonomous from any kind of control, the less we need. Heck, we already don't need government. It just becomes more obvious. That's why this kind of stuff just gets my attention. And there's a lot of little things that start coming up. Hear this one. This is in warm-up match, Jeopardy All-Stars defeated by IBM supercomputer Watson. Now, behind there, you'll see you have two guys up there, champions, and in the middle, they got the IBM logo. Now, behind him, you might not be able to make it out on the YouTube, but it says Think. And I remember this was a big deal in one of our early newspapers that we did. We had some people, they paid for the ads that had the word Think put up, and it was because of an ad campaign done in the late 60s, early 70s by IBM, and it had a big impact on them. Just think. Well, we're going to see what IBM's thinking about when we come back. You guys stay right there. This is Ernest Hancock. I'm publisher of freedomsphoenix.com and the radio talk show host of Declare Your Independence. Now, I want to give you my personal endorsement of a wealthy U.S. citizen that is predicting that in 2011, we will witness the most important day in America in more than 50 years. He's produced a video for you. It's a real eye-opener, and I want to make sure that you have an opportunity to watch it. www.endofamerica, the numbers 1 and 7.com. Endofamerica17.com. This video has the history of how we got where we are now and where we're going and why. Now, it's a lengthy video. It'll be about 20 minutes, but you need to watch this so you understand what's going to happen to this country and how you can protect your wealth and even benefit financially. Now, you go there. It's free. I want you to watch this video. You need to have this information so that you can survive the economic collapse that's coming to America. It's not if, it's when. That's End of America, the numbers 1 and 7.com. After you watch it, you'll understand why I endorse it.